This is Tom Hartman with CityNetMagazine.com. We're at day 3 of Montreal Comiccon 2012. And we have the honor of speaking with Jason Rockman, who is notable on CHOM, but also from his band Slaves on Dope. Nice to have you.
Thanks. Nice to be here.
Now I understand that you're on tour right now, right? You're going on tour soon?
No, we just got back. We were gone for 3 weeks. We were in the U.S. and so I came back, and I'm the media coordinator for this event too.
Right.
So I came back to get right back into Comic-Con, and it's been such a success. You know, just like we're the remaining hour of Comic-Con. I'm finally coming to get my Infinity Gauntlet signed by George Perez, who normally doesn't do that much sketching, but for this show he's just drawing everything, which is crazy.
It's a long line for him.
He's a machine. Can I swear here?
Oh, absolutely.
He's a machine. It's crazy.
Well, we find it almost like a contradiction that you're such a famous musician and you love comic books. It seems to be a contradiction.
I think nowadays, I mean, there's so many people that are into comic books. You know, and all the guys that grew up, you know, they're in their 40s. Like I'm 41. And we grew up in, you know, 70s and 80s when comic books were like at their best. So it's normal that these are the same guys that are greenlighting all the movies.
I see.
You know, so it's normally that our common likes are going to like meld into the consciousness, and these events are going to become so big. But yeah, for me, I've been coming to comic conventions ever since I'm probably 10. I remember when they used to do like small shows before Oscar and Alex really got these shows together, and they were branded Montreal Comiccon. There used to be little shows at Place Bonaventure in small little halls, and you know, you'd go there and there'd be like 100 people, 200 people, and you were excited then. But this is just crazy. This is awesome.
Yeah, we came here last year, and this year is even bigger.
Oh yeah, it's going to get bigger and bigger.
So other than George Perez, is there anyone else that gives you that starstruck feeling?
Well, I met Jim Starlin, who's amazing. For the comic creators, those two are just amazing. Last year I met Neal Adams, which was an honor. I got to pick him up at the airport, so that was really cool. I spent some time with William Shatner, Patrick Stewart, and Malcolm McDowell, of course. Malcolm, I'd met him last year in Toronto. This year was just so nice to have him as a guest, and he's such a nice guy. So no, it was for the comic creators. It's really been for me. Perez and Starlin were huge, you know. And for up and coming guys, Marco Rudy, he's becoming such a he's like the DC whiz kid, you know. And the stuff he's doing in Swamp Thing is really crazy. So that was cool. And I got to host the Schuster Awards last night.
Oh, nice.
The Canadian Comic Book Industry Awards, which is a blast. So all in all, it's been a great weekend.
Excellent. Well, we thank you so much for your time.
Oh, no problem. Hey, we can talk more if you want, because George Perez is sketching for everybody, and if you want to get a signature, you still have to wait, because I'm being polite. So. Well,
we'd like to know where can we get the Slaves on Dope CD?
You can get it through iTunes. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it anywhere fine digital music is sold. Or I know Amazon has copies. Or you can just find me on Facebook, The Real Jason Rockman. Send me $10 plus shipping and handling, and I'll send it to you signed.
Well, you're prolific online. You tweet, you Facebook. Do you find that to be a significant part of your career?
Well, when you're in media, like when you're in radio, and if you do anything media-wise, you kind of have to embrace Facebook, and I did from the beginning. I thought it was great, originally to keep in touch with my friends on the West Coast, because I was living in Canada, and I had a lot of friends in California, so it was a great way for us to chat for free. And you know, Skype can be such a pain in the ass to set up sometimes. It's not always convenient, although now you can Skype on your iPad, on your phone, so it's great. But originally it was to stay in touch with people, and then when I started working at CHOM, it was a really great way to talk to people online while you're on your show, to take requests rather than go through a request line. So you develop a relationship with people. But there are some scary sides to Facebook, you know. But I love social media. I think it's great. If you're in the arts or if you're in media, you kind of have to embrace it, you know. Yeah,
I can understand that. Yeah. So I have to ask the quintessential question: which superhero would you want to be?
Superman.
Superman. So the power to have all powers.
I like Superman because he's got a good heart, you know. Batman's cool. He's got the gadgets, and out of those two, it's always been Superman. Superman's a good guy, you know.
Are you of the opinion that Superman isn't actually a superhero? That he's more than that because he's an alien?
Well, I think what it is he's an alien. But what I like about it too is that the only reason he's special is because he comes here under the sun. Right. Makes, you know, our sun gives him those powers, which I think is awesome. But no, I think he's an ordinary guy, and he deals with. I relate to him because he deals with having to try to please everyone at the same time, and I felt like that before when you do too much, but you want to be a nice guy. So, but he pulls it off. So I guess in a way he's always been a role model to me, just to try to be a good person at all costs, you know. Well,
that speaks a lot to your character because Superman is probably one of the only superheroes where his costume is his secret identity.
Right. Which I think it's pretty cool. I think I like Clark Kent, and I still love the original Superman movies. So I just watched them with my son, the first two, because he had he was talking to me about General Zod, and he says General Zod is in my cartoon, and I said, General Zod, you have to see the real General Zod from, you know, Terrence Stamp. So rewatching Superman 1 and 2 with him, the Christopher Reeve, just made me really sad what happened to him, you know. But for me, those are the best superhero movies ever made, those two.
So I imagine you're still anticipating the one that's coming out with...
I am, and I love the Brandon Routh one because it was a continuation of the Christopher Reeve Superman. But I mean, I like all the Marvel movies. I like everything. I even like Daredevil, believe it or not. You know.
Okay.
I didn't like Catwoman though, and Elektra was kind of. But Daredevil, the director's cut, I thought was okay.
Okay.
And I get lambasted for that. And I like the original Ang Lee Hulk too.
Okay.
I thought that one was pretty good. A little cerebral for some people, but don't get me talking about this shit. I'll talk forever.
All right. So that'll be it for now.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for having me.
And thank you very much for your time.
Anytime.
This is Tom Marmer with CityNetMagazine.com. Thanks for watching.